Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're going to do a quick little overview of the Hawk shortcut. It's going to be a little bit different of a video as this is just not a normal knife for obvious reasons, especially on my channel. So we're going to go ahead and get into this one, but please, before we get started, please follow the Instagram, like the Facebook page, and like and subscribe. All right, let's go ahead and do some size comparisons. Let's do that just so you can kind of get the size of the clip too. We're going to do some different size comparisons because this is definitely more utilitarian thing. So likely if you're carrying this, you're probably carrying these or something similar. So we're just gonna do pretty standard pin, nothing fancy right there. Okay, I can kind of get an idea of the size, but the back end together, it's pretty similar size. And then here we're gonna do a very well loved beat up Olight i3T. This one though, we're gonna go ahead and do the close length so you can get an idea between these two items. It is quite compact, quite small. And then let's go ahead and do something kind of normal sized knives. You all probably have something. If you are interested in this, you probably have something similar of size, if not already in your collection. This is a Strider S&G, and you can kind of tell that they're pretty different in size and whatnot. And that's just how that goes with these two completely different styles here. Here's an XM18 3.5 inch. There you go. And something to also give you a good size comparison, because if you have one of these, you might have one of these, or you might be looking into one of these too. It's just the Hawk Deadlock Model C. There you go. I can kind of tell the size difference. These make a fantastic duo when it comes to EDC things. But yeah. All right. On that note. Okay, so these come in a little container that has this in it, that has a set of one or two extra blades. I believe the T6 tool goes right here for this. And yeah, and then you get your pivot tool. Super simple. Super great. Like, this is so much fidget with this guy. It's easier to do all of that like off camera though, obviously. Like, I don't have to worry about a camera. Something else in the way. But the thing is to remember is that like this is not for everybody. Because why would you spend so much on a utility blade? Or utility knife, sorry, I should say. Well, because it's unique, it's fun, it's different, it's durable, and it's a custom utility knife, like made in the United States, by a maker that you can trust and know that this will last forever. But yeah, that's kind of thing. Like, this is clearly not for everybody. The nice thing is that you can get full hand grip. Yeah, I kind of have to squeeze a little bit to get up there, to get all my fingers on there. You can't really relax your hand, at least for me. But yeah, so I can get all my fingers on here if I really want to. Now, there are no sharp edges. Everything is knocked down really well. The mechanism is fun. Just this right here, this guy right there, boom. And you can pop that out if you really want to open it slow, depending on who you're around, because you never know. You can actually deploy it from here too, if you didn't know. And from this, it's a little bit easier with a reverse flick. There you go. It was out of frame, sorry, but here. Oh my goodness. Now it's like, there you go. It wasn't as clicky that time, but there you go. But yeah, here, if you didn't see that, you can go here. Obviously, you can do this. You can do that. Not as clicky, but yeah, you can do the, there you go. You can do the, not the front flipper style flick. So you can flick here, you can flick here, you can just roll it out of this, you can do this, you can do that, you can do this. There's not much you can't do when this is in your pocket. You can deploy it however is seen fit. So if you have it in your hand and you're trying to open something, you're on a ladder or something, you can open it however is the easiest in that scenario, in that position. There's not many ways you can't. And that's one thing that I like about it. Like, what you prefer, you can do. You can do this, you can do that, you can rotate it out, you can flip it from the back here, you can flick it here, you can flick it there. Like, it's easy to mess with this thing a lot. But yeah, so that's the thing is like, okay, this is a American-made utility knife. It's custom. That's expensive. They really are. And you can get these in this one, which is just a plain Jane stone wash. Kind of a working finish if you are a Hinder fan, or no Hinder blade finishes, or Pop-Electric finish from Microtech. Very similar finishes. Yeah, is this necessary? Of course not. Is this fun and unique and good to add to your collection? I would say yes. Yeah, absolutely. Here's the thing though. If you do get it, watch this slowly, and I mean, it could be slow or it could be fast, but slowly take over your EDC rotation. Just, it'll happen, and that's okay. But yeah, so really, to change the blade, all you have to do is slightly loosen that, just enough, and pop that out, pull it, and then you can flip it. Really all that flipping will do is give you a new point. So if you do stuff that needs a good point, then you can flip it, get a new point, and be done. The nice thing about this is it does have much larger blade exposed than most utility knives, so you can actually get a longer, better cut. That's something that's actually really nice about this, other than the fidgeting and then the clip. Those are all nice. But for me, I will typically carry this and a larger knife. It is not actually my main user. I'm not saying this is my main user, but this is just for example. I'll carry this and something like this, right? Okay, cool. This will be my main user because it's heavier, more durable, more ready for robust use and ready for bigger tasks. This is great for just opening things, cutting small things, doing small tasks. That's what that is good for. And when I come, because I don't like putting too much pressure on these blades, or doing too hard work on utility blades, because they have a tendency to snap. If they snap, there's always a tendency for them to break off and cut you, or who knows what. So that's the only reason why these are cutting. Just cutting, nothing else. No abusive tasks, where if I need to abuse a knife, or just use it for hard use. Typically something like this. That's where I'll go. But yeah, so has the sorry about that. Hit the camera, dude. And that happens sometimes. Let's slow down. Let's stop shaking. Okay, there we go. Where was I? Has the lock ever failed? No. It would take a lot for this to fail, to be honest with you. You would have to have something push up with a very particular force to have this disengage. And especially if you're like right here. If you put your thumb here, I don't know how that would fail. But in all honesty, this would have to shear off, which is, you're putting a lot more force into that than you should be. The blade will more likely break before you disengage this lock. But one thing that I did have an issue with, which was actually my own fault, was I did not tighten this down as much as I should have. So that's something to be wary of. You need to make sure it is tight there. So when you have it on there, make sure there's no wiggle, no wobble, because there was a time where I deployed it and the blade shot out. Like it flew 20 feet. The scary thing about that is if that had hit anybody, that could have really hurt someone and could have been pretty bad. So that is something to keep an eye open for, and just to make sure that to tighten that all the way, not kind of like have it loosey-goosey, because yes, I just said that. That way it doesn't fly out, because it has that potential. But in general, this is a super slim profile, like super slim, super easy. And like when I'm at work, this is typically how I carry it. I have in here, right? I have my pen, I have my Leatherman, I have this clip does need to be replaced, but that's for another day. I have my flashlight here. This little guy goes in here. Turn that way, or just make sure it's that way. It's pretty easy to know. And that goes right there. This is on my belt. So I can go, grab it, pull it, be done. Super simple. Like, I can, in here, right? Okay. And then grab it, pull it out. Boom. Just ready to go. This is definitely something that's easy to fidget with, right? It's easy to just even walk around at work and just fidget. I kind of like doing this a lot. I don't know why. Like if I can do this, that's fine. But for whatever reason, like I like that, you know, like that's fine. But for whatever reason, sometimes that's fine. And you can just do that all day. So obviously, yeah, you have the pivot tool, but sometimes like I just like doing it almost finger tight, fingernail, and just push it that way. That seems to, at least on mine, seems to get the right tightness where there is no wiggle at all, and it's smooth, and I can do everything I need it to do. The pivot tool is nice to have if you want to take it apart. I have not done that. I might one day. We'll see. I might have a video of that. I don't know. But at the moment, that's it. Yeah, this is definitely a heavy cutter at my work. I use it pretty often. But obviously I don't use it for any abusive tasks. That's really all I have to say. Again, this is a niche. This is not something for everybody. If you want a fancy, nice utility knife that is not your normal, not your average, it's US made, yeah, I would 100% get it. Yeah, especially if you're a collector. But you will 100% want to use it. It's great. It's awesome. But yeah, that's really going to be it for this video. Again, please subscribe, please like the video, like the Facebook page, and follow the Instagram, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.